Deep Dive with David Stendahl, where we trade without ego, no emotion, no greed, and no opinion. Before we begin tonight's video blog, please read over our trading disclaimer and remember to trade smart and accept the reality that trading futures is risky. This presentation does not provide buy-sell recommendations, and our information is strictly provided for educational purposes only. As always, trade at your own risk and analysis. Hey there, it's David Stendahl with tonight's Deep Dive. It is April 29th, 2019, and I'm going to be talking about RBOB tonight because there's a lot of action going on here with some of the overbought, oversold type indicators. But let's start at the beginning here where the trend is still to the upside, short, intermediate, and long term, but we're at a turning point right now. A little confusing here, but the mixed technicals are telling us that the market is maybe a little bit toppy. The seasonals are still pointed higher, and I'll explain that why that is. But for the most part, near term, we should be looking for a little bit of a retracement. And the key here is the elastic, the wave, and the power level. Three different types of momentum, overbought, oversold type indicators, and they're all pointing to the fact that the market is overbought and likely to do some type of reversal. We've had a nice little sell-off today, nothing substantial, but a little bit of a sell-off, and there's the potential for a little bit more before another little pop to the market. So a little profit taking right now is probably in order. So here is the slow high, the wave high, and the slow rocket. A slow high just simply means that it has been overbought and is now beginning to topple over, and the wave high, kind of a similar type condition, and the rocket, the slow rocket, the slow indicates that this has been going on for a period of time, and now we're just getting a second phase to that overbought, oversold, in this case overbought type indicator. So just a little clarification, if the slow represents, it's just the second condition. There's a primary and a secondary, and the slow represents the fact that this has been going on and it's continuing to go on. If we take a look at the deep dive when it comes to some of the other types of indicators, you can see that the profit taking has been underway here for the surge here for a little bit with a wave, or excuse me, a high having triggered 4 trading days ago. We had another one, a doubt, that is triggered here today, and we have a stretch that is triggered here today. So there's a lot of things that are taking place with RBOB in itself, RBOB gasoline. If we take a look at the market itself and take a look at, say, a daily bar, you can see this nice trend to the upside, and we have had instances where the market's gotten a little bit toppy, a little bit of retracement, a nice little retracement, and maybe it's just going to be a small little retracement. But there's indications there's a lot more going on with some of our other alerts that have occurred at the same time, and now I think there's just more of a formulation that's telling us that the market probably is a little more toppy and likely to have some type of a reversal. It could come back down to, say, the 200-day, the 50-day, but instead of going that far out, what I'm going to say is, you can sort of see it over here, it's a support line to the market from way back when. If you come all the way across, you can see that it's this breakout from that high. It would come down and sort of test that, and that would not necessarily be a bad thing because we've had such a nice strong stretch here to the upside. A little retracement is probably valid. Now this could happen quickly or it could take a little while, and so what I want to do is come back to the website and first show that RBOB is at the top of the list here when it comes to the markets that have high seasonal accuracy, and anything on here, crude oil and London gas oil, they're following suit as well, but there's certainly a lot of accuracy going on with the seasonal chart. So when you have that kind of a condition, you should probably look at it. So here's a 5-year, and we'll look at a 10-year in a second here for RBOB. In the 5-year, you can see that it's definitely looking for a little bit of a peak and a little bit of a retracement with another surge before the real trend to the downside. This just over the last 5 years. So this blue line represents the 5-year tendency. The black line represents the current year. Now, when it comes to the 10-year, you can see that the market has been following that trend a little bit stronger in the real time versus what the real time, or excuse me, what the seasonal trend's all about. But you can also see that we're probably pretty close to a little bit of a top and a slow turnover with a little trend to the downside. So things are changing. So you can see from the deep dive with all of these overbought and oversold conditions, they're telling us that they're looking for a reversal. We have the seasonal tendencies where you're looking at the 5 or the 10-year. It's close at hand, and that there's likely to be some type of retracement. And again, when we take a look at the supports of the market, our first target is going to be right through here at 1.9014, just to give you a precise number as to where the market could be headed. That's not to say that it's not going to hit that and continue to fall and match up with, and I'll probably be pretty close to the 50-day anyway by the time it reaches there, but something to at least consider and take a little bit of a profit taking from that side. So with that, we will take a look at another market tomorrow and kind of go from there. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.